Yo, welcome everybody. If you're watching the YouTube here, I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna upload this little review here to the YouTubes.
Yes,
I get through it.
So he was fighting it out at Perfect Storm, but I think he just barely got second to Hubert as well. But still, a stellar performance at Arc World Tour, like you're saying.
And of course, Usagi, one of Europe's finest, has been for a very long time, all the way back in base game. Anyone who played base game would tell you that she was the #1 player in Europe. Hasn't had too much of an opportunity to really show her stuff.
It's actually really cool how international Slashback was.
That she's going to do an incredible job. First time
So I'm looking
with
forward.
the Grimnir as well.
Yeah, so I'm so excited to see it, right? A lot of times when we're talking about, Grimnir representation, especially in NA, the first to come to mind is Zane, but of course, more Grimnir representatives pulling up. Also Zenith as well, right? It was funny, Jerry was talking a little bit on stage about how we have both representatives of our, winning team for Gundam as well on both sides of the bracket. So maybe we might run into a team kill later on into this topic.
That's cool. Of course, Zenith plays M-Bon here. We got blue in the background.
Certainly going to be seeing Grimnir versus Seox to start things off.
Usagi versus Ryazo.
Been looking on an absolute tear with that Seox really
kick things off. I'm really stoked because my NorCal crew is in this.
Intelligent about where
0 hour
where he wants to contest the
running
opponent.
this.
He really maximizes hits very well.
Yeah, I do wonder, right?
Should be on
sick
for 0 hours, so
which,
if I remember back in vanilla, I feel like Zero was playing. I want to say Sora's. Sora's and Cat, I feel like were the two. No, Juice was playing Cat for sure. But was it?
Or if instead we're gonna just be, trying to advance on our own terms.
Yeah, the other thing that of course the Urek is very good at is it's good at catching backdash. It goes so far, and Grimnir is definitely a character that likes to kind of create that space, likes to backdash, so that he can set up those seals, set up the fireballs.
Hydrated up, ready to go for this. It's been a little bit. I said it would stream yesterday. I got enthralled in housework instead, and here I am finally sitting down streaming.
With that in mind, I think Grimnir is a really perfect canvas for the sort of creative mural that she's trying to create for this game.
Yeah, exactly. It can be so freeform with, especially when you have those heals set. Are we going to try and run and maybe go for a TK dash, just look for some plus frames and see if your opponent is ready to check? Or are we going to be tricky, try and ban out an anti-air and try and consume all of the heals at once to try and find the biggest opening that we can? And of course, that's to say nothing about the, high-low opportunities we have in the corner as well.
Indeed. We're talking about the Grimnir, but actually at the moment, Usagi is hovering on the Belial. Now, Belial, of course, her original character from base game, a character that she has years of experience on.
Yes.
And I think just opting for this character for the sake of probably this matchup in particular, it's still very strong, very practiced Belial. I saw her playing against Aaron Damac in casual sets earlier just to keep the Belial warm. So definitely looks like we're going to be
I'm going to jump off with some Grand Blue myself. I played a little Street Fighter today, actually.
We're still in first to 2 territory as well, so
still trying to get used to this whole leverless thing. This bad boy.
So let's see if the commit
Snack
to the Belial
box,
is going to work out here again in our first match of Grand Blue Top 8, Ryazo versus Usagi. I saw the Summer Belial splash art on the load screen. I was ready for these intros to look a little bit different, but there we go. We still got the glow sticks pulling up here for 6. I saw those glow sticks in the top 8 intro as well. You guys are excited for the action?
Belial! Oh, he's so cool. 6 is so cool. Ooh, what a fight.
Usagi off to an aggressive start using that fire to close the gap, and now Ryazo's stuck in the corner.
Pick up off the counter to 2M. Ryazo immediately trying to fight back out, but Usagi just tearing through his HP so far.
With that low HP of Seox, always a factor.
Oh,
huge
what?
Close medium right
What?
underneath, and gonna go for the full basketball. Does she have enough damage here? No, hits the combo limit.
Yeah, behind
Usagi.
the back, just a little bit off the ground, right? So starts the combo limit a little bit early there, looking for the air stall, only to get 6XL. The shoulder check takes round 1 for Usagi.
Yeah, very fast, dominant start for Usagi so far. She really wants to get to that winners finals as soon as possible.
Yep.
If memory serves, Usagi did not show up at all for Arc World Tour, right? Like, out of all the Europe representation, she was not one.
Not gonna buy on the shimmy. Very nice from Ryazo.
Ooh, there we go. The shadow step behind goes for the TP, a clash. the immediate throw tech.
Nice Thunder Flash to pull out the button press, and a great backdash shimmy coming out from Ryazo this time. Not gonna get the 100 meter just yet. We're gonna set up an empty jump, empty hand, safe jump, and another shimmy coming out from Ryazo.
Lover of the backdash. If one shimmy doesn't work, let's go for 3. Ryazo quickly ties up the rounds.
Yeah, Usagi did not show up. That was such a bummer.
Electrifying pace so far. Neither of them wants to allow the other to really get anything proper established. Really riding the momentum.
Patapon.
Yeah, a little slower on the round start this time. Looking for the neutral jump JH to see if Ryazo tries to advance, but ends up running you to the corner.
Usagi sniping out these like small gaps. Are you kidding me?
Huge backlash that time. Obviously,
this is sick. Usagi is just too locked in.
In Usagi's favor regardless.
At least able to avoid the ultimate parry. 50 meter down, and speaking to the 50, the ultimate Masago to scoop you in the corner.
Yeah, she loves to go for that option. Very cheeky for a long time. I personally felt it was a really weak option, but Usagi always out here to prove me wrong. What a DP to intercept the 5U from Seox.
Yo, Usagi, she came here to win.
For the shadow step to try
I've not been spoiled on this. I think someone told me who won, and I just
I imagine we're not going to be
didn't commit it to memory. That's what happened.
A bit of time to recenter, reconsider our game plan, and head on into game number 2.
Yeah, Ryazo does have a strong Catalina. He also has the Anila, but of those two, I think maybe we might see the cat, but the Seox has just been looking so good at various tournaments that I think he has all the reason to have full faith in that character.
And off to a slow start in game number 2.
Dash
just a
out.
walk back 668 gets so much corner carry here for Usagi. Now another hit landed in the corner.
All this solid damage, and it means so much more against Seox, knowing that he has that low health.
Yep. Trying to take these guys. Airstall with the H gate, but nothing found. Retreat off to the Rekka.
Good approach. The shimmies. Usagi too good with the 2U.
Shimmy gonna get a load of damage here. Combo into the SBA.
She's been maximizing the range so much off of this Belial.
Should be the kill here off of the super.
No, just a sliver. And you know, Usagi's probably gonna try something cheeky, but Ryazo not allowing it just yet.
He's got 100 meter and 1 HP looking for the dream on the raging strike, but once again EXCB takes the life and puts Usagi on set point.
Yeah, Usagi's just on a different level right now. It's actually insane.
Usagi, which it may not have with the young woman reaction.
Yeah.
Usagi had 2 VP. She had the resources to spare, going underneath the Gate of Demons with the far
dash.
Yeah, usually a little bit scary to whip both hits.
Interesting route. Look at that. Hold on.
Absolutely.
Let me get my Twitch controls.
With Usagi, which it may not have with the young woman reaction.
Yeah.
Usagi
Far M, the 5H actually was very beneficial for her.
Yeah, usually a little bit scary to whip both hits of that far heavy, but when you're going under the gate and
Look how
swapping the
practiced
sides,
Usagi is on this routing too.
reversing the momentum.
To know that combo limit to maximize. Woo! And every time I spin the shimmy. This is such a powerful sequence in the corner anyway. So like the fact that we already had this corner situation, you know the only reversal option for 6 is going to be the parry. So like you've already done the safe jab, and then you're going right back into the backdash in case the opponent decides to press, because it was an early meaty, right? So you're not applying block stun. She goes in the backdash, the auto shimmy, right, of the 5H, which gives you a wide open for punishing the parry.
You find the traded diamond back.
She's
a
too good.
into the 5-8. You do not have SBA just yet for the kill.
But the throw is all it's going to take, and the Uvasago once again, but no damage.
Oh my goodness, wait a minute.
Huge hit for Ryazo.
All right, so this is a big comeback here. Needs to spend.
Strip the rest of the Brave points off the SSBA, but still one touch of peace. Any stray DP should be lethal for Usagi if we're able to find an opportunity to master the gap. Ryazo, how do we keep the momentum up in this round?
Oh. Again, in the RPS DP, if you're not immediate on the throw to get the punish there, you will get DP'd, and Usagi dominant.
Tough,
right there.
tough.
Set 2-0.
That was fun. That was very fun.
Mashing out that throw there, but especially when you're 1 HP, you have to be 100% correct just to try and stay alive in that round. Just to stay alive in that set, knowing that Usagi was 3 rounds up. She's like, you know what? I'm just going to send it with a double down.
That she did. Beautiful stuff. Going to be moving on to
I like this little setup here.
Finals. Now, on the other side of winners semis, who do we have, JT?
Oh, I forget off of the top of my head. I remember Kojicoco. Of course, should be heading up. as well. With the Belial, if I'm not mistaken, has the Beatrix in the back pocket, but I think when we checked in with him a little bit earlier, still feeling pretty confident on the Belial.
Yes, yes.
See that in just a sec.
Yeah, I know both our Japanese players are in losers at the moment, as is Kemo, as well as 0 Hour, so our last competitor. Why are we blanking? We literally saw them all. We literally saw them all.
They had their little intros too.
I have them on my phone. Saltz,
check this.
Saltz.
Oh,
yeah.
SoCal's young legend, the hero.
I know, like
Saltz.
someone took out Elsa.
Yes.
Someone took out Vermilion. Yeah.
Can't put my finger on it. Who took out all of those hooligans?
Taking out both Vermilion and Saltz to get here. Elsa, taking out Elsa to get here. Elsa, I believe, last year's Slashback champion.
Yeah.
Not even making it top 8 this time.
Right outside of that top 8, you know, 2-1 as well.
Yeah, and she was seeded to make top 8, but yeah, I mean, it's difficult out here.
It's hard. The level of competition only gets greater and greater. It's only been 1 year, obviously, since the last Slashback, but the amount of developments, the changes that we've seen in the cast, and the growth that we've seen from these players as well makes it so that just because you were champion last year doesn't mean you can rest on your laurels easy.
Exactly. Both the game and the players have changed so much. I mean,
I want to fast forward to the next game.
Different character.
Yeah.
Do I need the whole in between?
That is after having.
I'm sitting here like I could speedrun this if I just go right to the next match.
Now playing the Vesusia, but she won Slashback with Nia.
Exactly, yeah, and even considering, you know, some other characters in the cast as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Slashback was over near
also,
last year.
So close to qualifying, but it was the
Wow.
team
Yeah, that like early rising too for that one.
In a couple tournaments from now, Combo Breaker, Evo on the horizon as well. You might see some Cagliostro coming out from Elsa in the near future.
Yeah, don't let Zangief Dream's 9th place placement fool you, by the way.
Yeah.
He was destroying everybody in casuals over this entire weekend. I experienced that myself. So many other high-level players, like Elsa, Shuabu, even Aaron Damac, we mentioned, of course, here at the venue. Didn't enter any competition, but he was here playing casuals against Zangief Dream, got absolutely demolished.
Yeah.
His own words, but yeah, instead, we are going to be having Saltz versus Kojicoco, Belial versus Djeeta most likely.
Yeah. Battle of the Shotos, a couple characters that, you know, we're definitely high on their thrones, especially in the beginning of Rising, right? But it definitely...
See, there's been a whole turnaround.
Received some balance changes that make it a little bit less belligerent to make their way on in, a little bit less plus on the ultimate Goisha, you know, that ultimate Rekka that we saw so much of from Djeeta, a little bit less of a menace as well. Let's see, we also have, you know, we have the button check right now. I know Saltz has been working on the Percival in the back pocket, but I mean, he's been tearing it up with the Djeeta throughout the run.
It's probably going to be Djeeta, though.
Surprised to see the swap.
But for Belial, like, I'm glad to see Koji kind of turning around a little bit on Belial, like, not being as bad as he originally talked about. I mean, both him and Aaron were pretty off-put by the changes for Belial.
In Japanese and European brackets, you would see these two in the upper echelons, those winners finals, losers finals, grands, top 3, all that jazz.
But I think still, like, folks realize the character's still just as strong.
Now, but we are going back to old reliable, of course, the Ascended Djeeta. Back on the stand here. Kojicoco sticking around on the Belials. We head into our next match of the winner's side, top 8.
Belial!
Not having the best performance at Arc World Tour, unfortunately, but make no mistake, this is a... If there is any player that I would say is a true student of the game, absolutely Kojicoco. He
smell a big stinking perv?
As mentioned before, the only player to win 2 platinum events across that entire
That was rude.
2 different characters.
Yep. UFA and Frosty's under the belt, and he's trying to get Slashback on the way as well, still sticking around on the Belial as we let these intros.
Belial is so cool. He's just so cool.
Now, he really a freak.
You know, every time I see the Belial intro, I learn a little bit more than I'd like to about him.
He's not a freak.
Alright, send it out with the
He might be a little freaky.
6-6-10 for your troubles, now stuck in the corner against Saltz.
Beautiful start so far from Saltz.
Oh, what a 5-8.
Close heavy.
That's a ton of damage.
Charge up the 5 U a bit.
Yeah, what cash out there? You cash out after for the kill.
Behind it, spend that Raging Strike.
1-2 into the Eternal Ascendancy. The full thing, it should be enough to take the first round. A dominant first round from Saltz.
But that was huge. That close heavy did everything.
A little bit of chip damage taken at the beginning there, but right.
That's a really, really good tone setter for
That hurt my
How will
hip.
Kojicoco respond, and it's already looking strong.
Oh, what a roll! What a roll!
That El Visago was what Koji wanted there.
Was it? It wasn't. Hold on.
Respond, and it's already looking strong at the start for Saltz. What a time on that roll, but I don't think that El Visago.
Yeah, that's a Beatrix thing right there. It's not the same input, is it? No, there's no way it is. Oh no, it's not. Okay. Yeah, because I imagine what happened. You were holding back because you had the back input, and then you rolled. No, that would have been. It has to be half back. So you held forward, yeah. If it was simple input, then, which is entirely possible, that's a Beatrix thing. I do that.
Still busting out with these 6XLs.
Patience from both players, neither one biting in that situation. Chooses to commit to the Goisha to get as much corner carry as possible as Kojicoco.
Ooh. That could have been a challenge right there from Saltz. Pretty sure.
Chooses to commit to the Goisha to get as much corner carry as possible as Kojicoco.
Oh no, we did guard him?
Saltz content to take the throw, looking for the delay tech, but
plus, I like the BC.
There we go, BC out.
And not quite in the range
far
to
medium,
get the link
no
to
follow.
the far medium right there. I think hitting that far medium on like frame 7 or 8 rather than the frame 6. Still, Kojicoco getting that round.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of these EX fireballs, these charge fireballs coming out from Saltz as well. It's been working on previous sets to kind of bait out these spot dodgers and let us advance this. Kojicoco looking for these rolls every single time, getting all the screen space he can
stagger?
for it. Still, the
that's a little 2-in.
Great challenge from Saltz right there, and a big 6XL as well.
Launcher.
Lack of cooldowns on the side of Saltz.
I'm gonna turn this down a little bit because they're kind of like cranked on volume.
Just to spend some time, another roll to try and escape out of the corner.
That's a little better.
And is clean, the ultimate Goisha, and you're able to run under for the side swap too.
Couple of minutes, far L, but I can't believe that's some malarkey. Hold on. What was it? Far L just early. The dash L, and yeah, Saltz is a little active first.
Awareness in these defensive situations. He knew exactly when to time that roll to get out of the corner. Gonna go for the full basketball. Should have the resources to get the kill here and take the first game with the close heavy.
Wait for close heavy. You could have done DP right after if you wanted, just to make sure you got the end.
After that round number 2, Kojicoco kicked it in. A neutral jump JH. We saw that a lot from Usagi in the previous set.
You know what I'd like to do, and you know what? I'm gonna keep it to myself. I know what I'm gonna do.
Asmodeus here to bring you to the corner.
Oh, what awareness of that situation, knowing that he got such a meaty count hit far heavy, able to link it to the 6XL.
Yep.
I got a plan. I got a plan.
Back for 1,000 years just to bust out with a 6XL, spend the raging strike just to get a little more corner carry.
Yo, that fireball corner carry? Whoa, wait.
Down back for 1,000 years just to bust out with a 6XL, spend the raging strike just to get a little more corner carry.
Why does it carry so much? Oh my god! JM.
Easy to try and get the pressure back on, but still taking a little bit of damage here now.
Whoa, that's... Yo, Koji is locked in on these rolls here. The stagger 5L. I'm gonna be honest with you. Neither one of these players are ready for Usagi. Just watching these two play, but this is not on Usagi's level now. I'm predicting that whoever comes out of this is losing to Usagi. That's the early predict. We gotta clean this up. Because the way that Usagi was sniping these whip normals, I'm telling you.
Even after getting checked after the 6XL, we're just gonna send it one more time.
2H.
2H anti-air right there from Saltz. Not gonna get too much of a conversion.
Brave. In this economy.
Seen it all set. Now we're just looking for any way to try and get you over to the corner. The walk back, ultimate Asmodeus. I wonder
unfortunate.
What we saw from Saltz.
See, they're throwing caution to the wind right now. This is American play right here. That's what it is.
In the middle of the screen, finally, Kojicoco going to be the one to finally drive Saltz into the corner.
soon as
All right,
close up
that's
to put your
alt
back up
DP.
against the wall. It's ultimate DP to try and fight back out once again.
Bit of a shimmy there. No follow through. It's too far for the 2M anyways.
Koji gonna take the chip damage from the US Modius. Has another one in the bank as well if he so chooses to use it.
Scary off the class of the EX fireballs, but no chip damage required. We send it with the EX Asmodeus Kojicoco on set point.
There we go. There we
That
go.
may have been an attempt to buffer behind the far medium, but it worked out beautifully for Kojicoco regardless. Once again, as you mentioned before, we're seeing those round starts, the neutral jump JHs.
I should get an outfit like Belial. I think I can pull it off.
Put us up against the corner once again.
Go get me a pirate outfit.
Probably trying to condition, Protex, because he does have the charge on the 5U and will get a ton of damage if he's able to get that call out.
Hold on, I gotta.
Alright, spot on to the ultimate. Goisha, so not able to get a clean side swap, but still up the scramble. Able to escape the corner. Double 6XL with the counter hit.
Yeah, and I like the decision to spend the FPA there, get that BP drain. Koji on a real rough spot right now. Spends the last, but challenged by Saltz, and again, he can play these situations very aggressively because of the health lead and the BP lead. Right roll once again.
And you still got 2 more diamonds if you lose your turn, but no extra brave counter required. The walk back on the 2M with a 2M of your own. We are tied up 1 apiece.
Beautiful spacing there from Saltz, and that is one of the strong aspects of Djeeta, always has been. Her speed means that she can play that mid-range really, really well, play those spacing trap situations. Oh, no punish on the LDP.
Yeah, just had an awkward spacing to try and dash up and immediately react to find the punish.
Oh, early.
Early that time, I like that from Saltz charging the fireball this time.
Now go for the deep delay, baits out the BC. Caught on the raging strike, Kojicoco cashing out.
Doesn't have enough for SBA, but of course gonna go for the LDP and
get out a little early on the far light, but good no check, 6XL.
Saltz has been so on the money with the 6XL challenges in the corner. Blocks the DP as well.
Good call out here from Saltz.
100 here.
Might be close, spent it with the raging strike.
You spend? You should kill? Yeah, you kill. Okay.
Full animation, Bahamut and all his power behind it should be able to put Saltz on set point.
Skies have fallen for Kojicoco. It's now looking bleak. How does the young prodigy respond to the Titan Djeeta player that is Saltz?
SoCal ready for the spot dodge. The raging strike just to check Saltz on the reactions.
I can't believe it.
Away with it this time, a counter hit, but no full confirmed.
Good backdash from Saltz.
Coming out from Saltz as well. Uses the U Vorpal Blade to get the conversion in the corner.
I think this is a big lead here. 5L.
Hit away a little extra damage because you
Launch.
only have 1 more BP left. We're up
Launch.
against the wall as long as it's
That's
no
it. Saltz.
Moves on to winners finals.
Saltz ain't beating Usagi. There's no way. I'm sorry, Saltz.
Breathing that sigh of relief, knowing the huge
Y'all are fighting for second place. After we saw that, y'all are fighting for second place.
It's so cool to see, Saltz at the end of a set, because generally walking around the venue, win or lose, definitely a more stoic individual, but securing your spot in the weekend. So yeah, he's gonna be going up against.
Tried out with Sorin.
Zenith in 0 hour.
Wants to go,
Gosh, I miss 0 hour.
On the other hand,
I miss the entire NorCal crew in Sacramento.
What I've heard is, Grimnir can be so tricky with the air mobility, but even with the way that we set the seals, EX Fire.
Our time was far too short.
See if we end up counterpicking.
Tag in battle.
He goes down in game number 1.
I thought I muted for a second. What is going on?
The intros rock once again. Of course, we are on the loser's side, so one of these gamers going home at number 7. Damn well not without a fight.
What are these lines? Everyone's so happy in Grand Blue.
We just asked Grimnir if he has IBS. That's crazy. Alright, send it out with the EX Tornado. Just a wall between you and me to put up the seals, but immediately off the air dash.
See how this has changed up here for 0 hour. The O2 boys. Jesus.
So ready with that 2H. She's at the perfect distance to be able to intercept. That is another one.
Yeah, trying to go for the JL there. That's not a bad call for 0.
Ultimate Firewall but nothing found. Still gonna challenge with the 6XL afterwards. The jump back, air dash from Zenith catches out the attempt to challenge 0 Hour.
Right, choosing not to apply the pressure with the seal dashes in the air.
Yeah.
There's not a lot there. See, that's what sucked about this seal setup, because you already have one there. Ideally, you set up your own, but you have no resources to back it up. What's up, Q10? How's it going?
Choosing not to apply the pressure with the seal dashes in the air.
Yeah, so that sucks, because Zenith had nothing off of that.
But no throw baited just yet.
Big challenge right there with the odd cannon into the Lowain.
No shot. Yeah, that's not the type of punish you're looking for there, Zero. Is this dropping quality? Let me make sure I can keep this. Yeah, it's at 1080p60. What's the bit rate so low? What, 6K bit rate? I'm willing to bet 6K. How hard do I got the read? Dude, I'm so godlike. I got the read on 6K bit rate, baby.
Boom. Catches 0 Hour out the air this time.
Yeah, I like the patience from Zenith there as well, just waiting out the EX firewall.
I'm telling you, that first set from Usagi was insane. There's no way, no way we make it back. All right, reset there. But we didn't follow through. Like, Zenith had a 6 setup there, but no follow through. Has one seal. No, reset.
Again, the ambiguous high-low gets caught hard.
Yeah, see, hold on. I'm trying to watch this. And, can I watch it in slow-mo? Is that possible? Yes, I can. Half speed. Here we go. All muted. Let me see. So we had the ults set up. 1, 2. And we didn't get the hit. Yeah, so we missed. I think we spent 3 of them. And just, unfortunately, did not follow through. We still got the open anyway. You can hear the third spend.
Just gonna make sure we have the triple diamonds ready straight into the SBA. We send the spear, and now it's one more touch. We're in throw range 2.
Just a little overzealous on the mix there, but yeah. Yeah. He knows. Like, oh, I got a little crazy there. I shouldn't have. Out here trying to rainbow dash.
Still sticking on the Seigfried and ready for
It's
game number 2.
M-Bond reference there. Just got done playing Gundam.
Wow, what a trade.
Yeah, right? Now working out in Zenith's favor. Now stuck up against the wall. A little bit away from that 50-meter threshold to challenge out with the UDP.
Wow, the movement once again from Zenith. Putting 0 Hour into the corner to deal all of this damage. Go set up afterwards.
Yeah, there's nothing there. But I love that so much. It's not the first time that Seth has been doing it. Like, throughout this entire set, controlling with the tornado. What, did you jump out? Crazy. Let me ult, push you right back in.
Tornado to push you back, but
trade.
Huge bait on the DP right there, and again the seals are here. Grimnir capitalizing fully with that damage.
We've only just left the ground. We still got
Look how low we are for this combo, too. This is crazy that you picked this up. You're insane, Zenith. Absolutely insane.
Barely just alive.
How much chip did that take?
Even with the high health of Seigfried, barely just alive. Once again, this time the chip.
Okay.
Thought the SBA was going to kill, but with 4 seals set, you had to make a decision to try and escape. Immediately went for the chip damage checkmate. Now 0 Hour potentially 1 round away from being sent home.
That is just looking incredible right now.
Good spot. Dash in.
Allowing 0 Hour to get too much established, hovering around that seal.
Yeah, that's so important. And you know what? What's even better is the fact that that 0 Hour is sitting not in the sweet spot where you could challenge because Zenith is too deep, but removing the threat. So like you want to sit like right here. We've come to learn, like we see a lot of folks really sitting on spacing because it gives you plenty of time for anti-air. We saw round 1 that 0 was ready for an anti-air 2H there, and you're trying to create that room, and Zenith doesn't want to give it up. So staying right here is fine, or standing right here is okay because you can kind of make that reach, but you don't want to get too close to a 5H.
That seal
So you've gained some ground, but then also 0 Hour's plan is like going accordingly here anyways, because now you're not necessarily in the sweet spot, but you've negated the other two options. So seal one back here, and then the other seal is off to the back. So now you only got two. Zenith's option would be like, all right, I could go forward, but that's only if like 0 is like right here. I could go up, dash, dash, but that tees off full screen position. That's a great anti-air opportunity. And we've already seen that 0 is ready to go for JL. So the fact of the matter is, like, being right here is still an excellent spot, because Zenith would then have to go jump, dash, and if 0 doesn't react in time, Zenith likely goes back dash away. Or Zenith goes dash, dash away, and then lands back down just to reset new seals, which is still possible because we have that ability here. So we'll see what happens. Uh-huh. See? This is unique here anyways.
Really allowing 0 Hour to get too much established, hovering around that seal.
So we use this one to dash forward, try to get the opening, because we find that one position, like about this squarish. Should I get the overhead?
So immense.
See? Like right back here is where 0 Hour was by the time Zenith decided to make that position. And then we land. Nope. We don't get the option we want, so we block. 5L away, 2M pushes away. We can jump up, dash away, because we're trying to bait the anti-air, and then dash back. Because remember, initially, I thought, okay, well, we try to bait out an option, because Zenith understood the threat back here. So either forward, or you could go up, back, back, or back down, depending upon what 0 does. And 0 staying right in this sweet spot. Again, the full screen position, waiting for Zenith to become in a threatened range. No anti-air though, unfortunately, wasn't ready.
Against the wall, now Zenith again has enough time to wait out those cooldowns and just set the seals once again.
Ooh. Great patience on defense from 0 Hour.
That's a great little sequence between these two here. Nice call, Zenith.
2-1-4-M right there. The Death Ray Tempest leading to all of this damage, and now you've got to hold another mix.
Yeah, really not biting on any of these throw baits, but once again, we got checked trying to firewall ourselves back out of the corner. It's the 2U sweep to escape.
Okay, you see? You see there? Like we've seen now 0 Hour full screen situation like I was talking about, where he's ready to go for anti-airs. So no setup here, 0 Hour is going to wait. There's the setup here, expecting that you're going to go for the dash, because before Zenith did make this attempt to go for a high, but 0 Hour establishes an immediate 2H, draws the line where the seal is, tries to go for another 2H, and Zenith just has to get out of dodge. We could have just waited or tried to go air to air. If we go air to air against Zenith at that position, Zenith wins. Like, maybe JL could have traded, but for the most part, like, Zenith takes that situation. How you avoided the 2H from Seigfried is insane.
Sweeping with 2 of those 2Hs. Such great vertical reach, but still not enough to catch Zenith.
Oh my god, what a reaction to the throw.
I am the Lord of the Skies here.
Still, 0 Hour willing to go for JL.
Toss you out the skies like the garbage you are, Big JM, but no.
First throw baits that we finally bit on, but Zenith not ready for it at the end of the set. One more hit could be the end for 0 Hour, your final hour, potentially 100 meter on both sides. Do we spend?
Patience on both sides.
Oh.
Oh, huge catch from 0 Hour, but no conversion afterwards.
Throw was definitely not what you wanted. A crucial misinput, potentially leaving so much damage on the table.
8 seconds.
Tornado, 7 seconds left on the clock, and forced to make a decision in your final.
It would have been nice to see 0 Hour go for
2.
DP right there. That would have been the big call, just didn't have the reaction.
Incredibly tall mountain to climb for
And if I'm not mistaken, 0 is definitely more inclined to do actual inputs.
Dealt with the U fireball and just a ton of
Also,
space
that'd be
between you
hard to
and
make
there
that
as well.
call.
I mean, Seigfried's not exactly the fastest character
Grimnir zips right in, too.
to close those gaps, but he still has so much work.
Corner when being opportunity.
Trying to intercept Zenith in the air, he was trying to use that 2H. We saw that
Set of merchantable moves, of course. You got for all 3 gear.
in books. They're out there socials.
They're a little bit the leanest. Trying to.
The last 2 in the initial set, of course, we have Kemo versus Patapon. Zooey versus Lowain.
Yeah, and you guys can kind of hear it in the background. That button check, we got the Zooey pulling up with the SBA, just making sure that that 1-button super is all ready to go as we need. go. The buttons all ready and waiting. Representing OEG on Kemo Enjoyer's side as well.
Yeah, she has had an incredible bracket run so far.
Yeah.
Obviously, as we mentioned before, was the one to take out Zenith.
Yes.
Earlier on in the bracket, and also took out Vermilion in losers.
Yeah.
Was looking in Vermilion's favor, but during the last half of the set, Kemo really kind of turned it up.
Exactly.
Just caught everything with all of those Lowain setups. So Lowain is definitely one of those characters where once you get to a certain level, there's always this onus on the opponent to be able to know what exactly he does. And they have to execute the anti-Lowain game plan well every time, otherwise he just kind of runs you over.
Yeah, exactly. When you have Catbot, you got her punching, you got the missiles, you got the bros just pulling up, you have to be ready to, you know, make the most of the chaos. So I wonder if we have enough preparation on Patapon's side here to try and stay alive down here on the other side of losers top 8.
Patapon. Shot!
Solid start so far for Patapon.
Charge off the 5U, catches Kemo trying to swing.
Goes to the standard corner, Biga. Charge the Dragon Meter with that Peacemaker's wings.
Close heavy.
DC out, just run up behind the rockets, and there we go. We find the
That was
punish on the
huge.
way
Get that
back
cross
up,
under
trying
too.
to air slow with the lightning. But now, Kemo working on evening up this health lead.
Ooh, interesting. Goes for light
All
sauce.
the way to the run. Tries to punish the whiff parry right there.
Ooh. Again, the super jump over, catching you out on that Catbot missile. Able to block in time off the UDP too.
Light.
Yeah, with the light, but still able to block. Not gonna get the KO just yet.
Blade wheel. Wait out the bros. 2 diamonds down.
You may as well send it home with all the BC. Oh my goodness, Patapon! I can't believe the empty jump.
Quite often to end the round, you know, really good at beating out delay mash, delay throw. A risky option, but a powerful one in those situations. Speaking of having that
What are your homies to me when I got a beam that'll blast through Oblivion?
beating out delay mash, delay throw. A risky option, but a powerful one in those situations. Speaking of powerful, the Ace Dragon.
Okay, not able to get a full confirm off.
This is looking frustrating here for Kemo.
The diamond from Kemo to try and
Yeah,
escape
missiles.
again.
But even still, it would have been blocked.
Just lands right into these
An
Catbot
unblockable
missiles.
situation there because we're caught in the air from missiles.
Proactive against that option. Not willing to just hold it. The DP for Lowain getting through.
Oh.
And the JUL Fugitivo coming through for Kemo.
Classic, a little air style action here. Now we got the BC cross up safe jump.
Yeah, if you would have opened up right there, that would have
No
been
more Dragon Meter on the
devastating. Not fatal, but devastating.
Pull up some striker on the 6XL pressure. Anything to try and wait out and find an opportunity to
That's
find
an opener.
you.
That's
We got
huge. Actually,
SSBA on the board here. Send it.
Patapon does, maximizing the damage. No Dragon Meter available, so couldn't use the Heavy Breath in the extension, but still, you know, when you've played Zooey for so long, a practitioner of the character ever since base game, you know exactly how to route into all of your max damage combos.
what's on the stick? What's on the stick there? Is that Monster Hunter?
Knowing you don't want to give Kemo any
Where's that Patapon?
opportunity to try and wiggle out of that one
What's on the
HP.
stick? What art is on there?
Board for Patapon.
Imagine having a Monster Hunter
You know,
stick.
when Zooey wins a round
Man.
against Lowain,
Yeah.
sometimes she goes, way. But it's like the most, it's like this adorable, feeble way.
Very like little sister energy, like, oh, you know, they're saying it, you know, it must mean a, you know, something that I should copy. Yeah, but see if Patapon can copy that. Game number 1, make it a 2-0, but again, we're seeing a repeat of these spins getting caught up by the cat missiles.
Get the link from the counter hit close light right there.
Ooh!
Wow, what timing on that roll.
What?
He ended up getting caught on the cap ball, but still able to roll, caught up by the bros.
Yeah, it's gonna be a combo into HPA. Gotta start, you gotta block low at the start of that, otherwise the low bro will hit you. Sammy with a slide in, and now real tough situation for Patapon, gets the side switch.
I was wondering if that jump was going to evade the UDP, but thankfully the
Quite the
verticality
parry.
saves you, but that parry seals the round for Kemo.
Kemo doing a really good job using that parry in those gaps.
You guys can't see it, but on the player cam, they're both doing the little Lowain dance. Still feeling a little bit of whimsy, even in the loser's side. Now we're checking with the 6XL.
Again, not watching your toes.
Oh.
To go over the laser, a little shimmy action to bait out the tech.
Yeah, not a ton of damage. Zoe not the best in terms of capitalizing mid-screen without having to spend resources.
The jump over, I love the air assault, just barely above.
Who was it that was
but
upset by the
otherwise
term
hit, able to
shimmy
bait
in
out the
Street
parry
Fighter
with the
V?
Dragon's Breath and fighting for this corner
I remember
carry
that
as
being
well.
a thing for a little bit.
Coming out from Patapon once again, tries to go for the throw bait using the aerial thunder.
Nothing to be found, but we do get the ultimate awesome sauce. We get the ground bounce for this side swap too.
Yeah, just throwing it out and it working again. Not watching your toes. You have to block that low.
Didn't watch the toes. You got caught up by the bros. It smiles on both sides. Actually, Patapon surprisingly looks happier despite losing that game and potentially being brought to, you know, set point on Kemo's side.
Yeah, it's so important to keep an eye on the EX bros right there. As well, one thing that you can do is typically Lowain likes to jump in that situation, obviously to threaten the high, but you can actually just jump up and like air throw and meet him in the skies.
Go for a little air-to-air action, but instead sticking on the ground with the 6XL. The corner, BC on the plus lane, so the H spin, but still another challenge on 6XL. You're not going to get away with the free Catbot Summon.
Goes for the safe jump, the empty low this time, but no conversion into the spinning slash.
Yeah, didn't believe. Committed to the stagger, waiting for the EX Lightning.
Ooh, yeah. Forcing a spot dodge right there. Trying to get interrupt that beam. The roll, but the cross up.
Take it to the skies, baits out the throw as well. Needs a couple more good hits for Kemo to try and bring this round back. The ultimate DP straight to the gut. No side swap, but the spot touch.
Again, gets caught by the low. Spending the last DP to maximize his damage.
Whoa, take it easy, Patapon. A little bit of a scramble.
Point.
Yeah, I feel like just generally in Japan, they don't have a ton of high-level Lowain representation.
Yeah.
So I don't know if the matchup is as familiar with them comparative to in the West, but I'm getting caught out by a lot of these matchup checks so far.
It's not something you get to see super often. So
I need to tune in for another Tatakai Tuesday. I did that a while ago.
We run away with my plan, goes for 2 grabs, but escapes off of the 6-6-H.
On the spinning slash right there, a ton of damage, and that is going to be the perfect.
Wow, all right, nice Patapon.
Right,
picking up for the last round.
Final round, the momentum back in Patapon's side.
Aerial spinning slash and another combo into the corner, has the meter to go and recharge the dragon meter once again.
Yeah, I like the round start background to try and space out, but again, the spot dodge keeping your turn and the positioning here in the corner. Now it's 1 diamond down for Kemo. The run under again. We've been seeing it since round number 1. The catch with the Catbot missiles.
That's pretty huge there for Kemo.
Has not been working for Patapon yet. So stubborn.
But that's what it seems like, is that we're really kind of
There we go, a little
peppering the screen with a lot of noise. And it's a little difficult for Patapon to keep up. But once we get the hits, though, Patapon cleans.
Absolutely maximizes damage. 1 BP.
Yeah, you know you're getting it. That's why you spent the brave point there. That's why he did the Raging Strike. It's over.
Send this man to space and bring him right back down to earth. The 2-1 for Patapon off the super. Such a close set, but moving on to losers' quarters.
Yeah, Japan's #1 Zooey keeping himself alive in this bracket. Obviously still hungry.
What is this hoodie from? This isn't the
in Gundam with Zenith. Hungry for even more, of course.
Yeah, the Gundam Bros staying alive here in this Grand Blue top 8, but I'm sure the Lowain Bros were cheering on Kemo the entire time in the chat, and still a stellar performance, bringing it down
I'm
to the
brain
wire
farting. It's
without
gotta be the Spy Family. Like, no, it's not the Spy Family. School attire. What is that hoodie? I wonder.
Their presence is known. I'm not even looking at chat right now. It's like, yeah, it's 2 a.m. in the UK, but I'm almost certain Tunington is in that chat. Was in that chat screaming for the Kemo regardless.
Just saying, let's go. Every time a parry landed, let's go. Just fighting for their lives here, but awesome Lowain representation as we head into our losers' quarters as well. I see Ryazo coming up to the stand. Yeah, actually not only qualified out of that group stage, but took Rookies' spot in winners. And you were like, wait, maybe Ryazo's cooking something up, and that 3rd place finish was no joke.
Yeah, had an incredible run. Of course, able to take out Gamera as well.
Yeah.
Got the win in winners side.
Yes.
Unfortunately, not in Gamera got the run back, I believe, in losers.
Yes, exactly. Not able to seal the deal, but even to be able to send him down to the losers side.
There we go.
Like the
Zenith was the one that we really thought, like, a lot of people had Zenith coming out in group stages for our World Tour. I did. I believed. People had me believing.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of the vein earlier, not from Ryazo, but I think Iago had it in game 1 down there in the losers top 24. Yeah. Swapped on over to the Ferry, but unfortunately didn't make it over to that top 8.
Big stretch.
Like,
Big stretch.
Seeing multiple palette swaps, I feel like, from Ryazo.
All of their costumes, all of their weapons.
Oh, a little haha. But as soon as it's full screen, it just...
It's when it gets cracked and it's angry.
that's the expression changes. A little bit of whimsy as we start off game number 1, just jumping right on over with a clean JH to catch out that Tornado Summit.
Yeah, already strong here. This is the thing. This is the one playstyle that I'm not sure Japan has quite figured out how to deal with.
Shadow step action, EX to add some damage.
Very much akin to like the Lancelot play, like Lance players in Japan. Slotted is very strong for them. No, that was insane. The jump back L, it got the cross up. Like, oh my god, that jump arc. Ryazo.
Such big base damage to secure the kill. Zenith just trying to go for a forward jump over. No dashes consumed, but funny enough, the jump back JL ended up catching you on the way back over.
Nice. The tornado could have stopped the 5U.
Tornado only to get a straight hit for Zenith.
Ooh. Yeah, that's huge.
With the JM, doesn't have too much available to really push the damage, but he's gonna take a solid chunk.
Read off the Rekka, ultimate tornado, just to give yourself time to set up the seals.
And you see Ryazo trying to occupy that space with the JL to intercept the seal dashes. Wow, what a game demons right there.
Yeah, right? Just send it. Ooh, trying to go for another gate, only presented to take to the sky. Still some more air dashes ready, but the ultimate parry stops you in your tracks.
Nice challenge, not gonna get gimmicks by the side swap. And it's gonna actually lose his life is Ryazo as a result, straight into the SBA.
Haven't seen that from Ryazo in this entire top 8, but tried to see if Zenith was ready to reactions and bet his life for it.
Yeah, sometimes people love to live and die on the edge, and Seox, I feel like
Ooh.
one of those.
Yeah, you could spot dodge for that, but no follow up there. 5H. What a call out of the parry, Ryazo.
We got a double down action. The empty hand snipes out Zenith, but still fights back.
Fireball away. Launch.
Maximizing that conversion.
Oh, yeah. Alt 6 claw.
Again, that Eureka, it's so good. You got the forward movement, the back dashes, and the TK dash as well. Ryazo just running
Jesus!
up to the corner with a 668 counter hit start.
Are you kidding? Who's 668 is there?
Right, fear up.
Apparently Ryazo does, and it's gonna lead to the victory in this first game.
A fist in the air, the beautiful read on the mash out attempt from Zenith, even after such a commanding round 2.
The dash H was insane, though. Like, why would you do that?
Delay coming out from Zenith as well.
You just built like that.
Not something that you would really expect to see. It was such a hard call out, but works out beautifully for Ryazo right there.
Zenith taking a second at the character select. Reconsidering the game plan.
Pockets are
Surely not a swap over. I was thinking. I was like, are we going to move that cursor or are we sticking with the Grimnir? But it looks like we are locked back in. Ryazo taking the opportunity to swap on over to the Blood Red 6.
I, for one, as a Seox player, would be terrified of Sorin.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have Punch Man in my face like that. Terrifying. The U impact knuckles.
Oh, imagine.
Really just stings.
Try to call out those parries.
Bone crushing.
Round start off the Psycho Crusher. Finds the opportunity for the EX seals.
Once again, blocks the Thunder Flash thanks to how meaty that fireball was. But no extension afterwards. Facing the BC. And a near perfect round. Lightning fast from the Wind God. 15 seconds.
Too insane. Too insane.
Whatever he said to himself in that character select worked out perfect. Zenith with the download right now.
Zenith said, I am Gundam. Channeling the Setsuna FCA. Who does... I want to know who Zenith plays in Mbon. Because if it's Exia, I know his favorite Gundam is Double O.
Gameplay here. Ooh, oh, the frame trap with the snake bite right there.
Oh, I thought after the early release we would have been able to block on the U Psycho Crusher, but still put into the corner. BC out, one more diamond to Ryazo's name.
Gets the count hit far light, but nothing off of it, unfortunately for Zenith.
No ultimate Rekka, but
that's a sick route. That is a sick route, Ryazo. Wait, that was a JM? Boom, off the wall. JM into gate. Another.
A little airstring here to keep you caught up in
No,
the
that was
corner
H.
with
That was
this
J.
SSBA. Strip the BP. It's not going to be the kill, but I think this puts you in throw range with that extra damage penalty.
Suddenly it was looking so in favor of Zenith right there, but
Yeah, it was 2 J's. I'm crazy. M is the claw downward.
For an opportunity to toss you up, but far H counter hit. Ultimate Psycho Crusher. Zenith ties it up.
Very, very nice. Again, it's slight delays that both players are doing in order to catch these delay options, these delay defensive options from their opponents.
Guarantee that's what Zenith said. I am Gundam.
Gate on the round start ends up empty-handing yourself into that EX tornado. Zenith.
Hey, there's a tornado right there, and still try to empty hand.
There's the throw, but it's teched. Yep. Yeah, there's the escape out of the corner. The jump from Ryazo.
Yeah, you can't chase that down.
Not get comboed right there, but another jump is gonna get sniped out this time.
Beautiful pick up off the airborne hit. 2-2-U to set the seals. Double dash. Beats out the brave counter too. You were just barely out of range of the ultimate Rekka. Zenith with the ultimate Psycho Crusher on set point.
Magnificent whiff punish right there from Zenith. Thread the needle. Masterclass stuff right there. And now, as you mentioned, set point.
Again, waiting it out off the round start. All right, the triple super jump back. Fine with giving up a little bit of space, but no spot dodge on that 5U.
That's the worst way to chase someone down. Like, not the worst way to chase someone down. Sorry, the worst feeling when you see someone jumping away. He's just like, dog, I need you to get down here. I need to beat your ass right now.
No, whipping the far heavy. Unfortunate, not enough plus frames to actually get the conversion there.
Wow, what a bait. Reset, dash, L, send it home. Send it home, Ryazo.
Keep it simple. You have a raging strike. You have the
You launched pretty early here. There he
goes.
goes.
On the rounds to bring us the final game, final round.
So much incredible back and forth between these two. Really have no idea how this final round is going to play out.
Yeah. So aggressive from Ryazo. Do we back it up this time? Looking for the 6-6M. Spot dodge on the empty hand. Zenith just looking for a brave
dash
counter.
L.
Oh, because medium, it doesn't convert.
Yeah. Believe off of the whip 6-6L.
Yep. That's the jam. Good call to do JM right there to know the angle.
What a match from Ryazo.
Yeah. A little bit too early off that
Oh,
TK dash.
the spot dodge still able to pressure.
And the tornado. Still the H gate finds more plus range from Ryazo.
I saw pick up the 2L. Stagger. Zenith that opening. There's your 5-inch to call the jump.
Into the U with Death Right Tempest and set up the seals once again.
Go double air dash. Caught off the airborne hit of the
I think we wanted to go up
seal.
seal.
Back. Scary to put yourself in the corner against
Yeah,
Zenith
whole
like
block
that.
button at
Such
some
low
point. You
HP,
just I don't know about this.
Spends the final BP to Zenith right there. Beautiful BC back from Ryazo though.
Good block button check though from Ryazo. With no meter? Wait a minute, actually?
The SBA is going to do a ton here. It's going to go into animation. Final hit, not enough just yet. What does Zenith do to survive? He does nothing, instead he gets thrown. Ryazo keeping himself alive, eliminating Zenith at 5th place.
Let go! Zenith's like, let go!
But it was down to the wire. These sets in the loser's side, fighting for their lives with their hearts on the line. Ryazo moving on to that loser semis.
Yeah, really could have just gone either way. It's both players just playing around each other so well.
Ryazo popping off right now.
The jump backs from Ryazo to make sure that he just wasn't engaging with
a double jump over. We were looking
a character with his own share of strong air options, as well as fantastic mobility to maneuver around everything, shown in full display from Ryazo right there.
Yeah, we even saw the tricky double jump over. We were looking for the jump back JL, which, you know, maybe just put out the infinite active frames to try and snipe out one of the dashes, and then ended up catching the forward jump behind the back. But we even saw that triple super jump, right, from the mid-screen where you're like, Ryazo, you're giving up so much space. Like, you're just putting yourself in the corner. We have to remember we have that threat of the ultimate Rekka, which can make the advance a little bit scary. And 5U, once we've kind of trained out a little bit of that reactionary, you know, putting up a active hitbox wall.
Yeah, they both had their plans in place, but ultimately Ryazo's was the one that prevailed. Next up, of course, we're going to be having Kojicoco versus Patapon.
I'm telling you.
Playing a very, very strong character in the meta. Still on the Belial, still has a lot of faith in that character to be able to do a lot within the context of this, despite the nerfs.
Well, we got another hour at least.
Yeah, the Zooey, not quite enough for him anymore.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, we have the Beard.
just over an hour left.
You know, Kojicoco, but I think has been playing so solid on the Belial this entire top 8 regardless, so doubtful that we're going to be seeing him swapping off of old reliable. on into things.
Yeah, it's always important to go from the top down, or at the very least, if you're going to start from the bottom, you do the reset default settings and then do your buttons.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to miss out. Obviously, you're going to get, like, for the most part, you're probably going to get your buttons, your core normals and stuff, specials, but you may miss out on, oh, do I have technical input super on? Do I have torn on?
Personally, 100% dilation, so you go
It's very
for a while. I think Zooey is
general.
quick.
Oh my.
The,
Wow. There we go. We got through 40 minutes.
He's here to have fun, and not often do you get the chance to play against high-level competition such as this from all around the world. So might as well have a good time while it lasts.
Exactly. We saw Patapon on the player cam just taking a picture of that Zooey mirror. He's like, oh, it's beautiful. I haven't seen it in years. Now losers quarters. Send it out.
I can what? Can't believe it. Koji on Zooey for this losers quarter.
Chill in the mid screen here again, like you mentioned before, right? Not gonna get too much mid screen until we, find. Chilling off of the lightning. Chill in the mid screen here again, like you mentioned before, right? Not gonna get too much mid screen until we, find 2 hits in a row to put you back up against the wall. But now with this extra meter, baits out the throw. 6XL
goes for the U spinning slash extension. Early on that spot dodge, was expecting maybe a dragon.
Yeah. Just trying to hold in space with the far L, but again, 6XL busts you out of the corner.
Yeah, great challenge from Patapon right there. And another great challenge with the 2L this time.
Wait a minute. I lost colors. Pink is Koji, right? Yeah, pink is Koji. Yep.
Being patient on defense and letting that dragon.
How did you get the 2L right there? Goodness, Koji.
Not too much remaining now.
Nothing really left. Might look for a U Dragon to try and find an opportunity to recharge, but far L, we still have one more brave point for the Raging Strike. The basketball bombos find the kill.
Beautiful block.
That's something I need to get better at myself. Just like I get the single hit and just spend right in a Raging Strike. I try to convert off of other things.
Space that move to be pretty safe on block, but at that range it's a little bit too close.
Find the punishment. Knew it wouldn't be auto combo. Now up against the wall, the H spinning slash. No BC to be seen. Just fine with holding down back.
Wow. Patapon being the one to go for the throw on the minus frames right there.
Yeah.
Spot dodge from Kojicoco.
Send it with the Dragon's Breath. Yup, 6XL check.
Big with punish. Once again, going to refresh that Dragon meter all the way to full. Here comes the same jump.
Guard button throw,
launch just to go mid.
Tech and the bust out with the ultimate dragon, Patapon.
Jeez, Koji with the spot dodge, but already had the interrupt for 2M. Patapon just covered that space.
6XL gonna spend the resources this time into the full basketball.
Go, EX Rekka. We have one more U skill in the bank, but the base damage Raging Strike ties up the rounds. Sword to the sky, around on the board for both sides.
Hold on. I noticed something weird about this costume. And you're not going to notice it. Like, no one should ever notice this.
Didn't believe the confirm.
The shadow map that they have, not like the shadow map, I think, and it's hard to see, it's very faint. And there's nothing, I think. So you know this like blue hue that they have to kind of do the shadow or whatever? I've seen sometimes, and it happens on other stages, where I think it still retains the shape of Zoe's base costume, so you get the boot. But I might be mistaken because of the little feathering here on the ribbon, the anklet here. But I'm pretty sure it's the shape of her boot still. Could be wrong.
The roll, but unfortunately, they get caught. Good.
I noticed the most bizarre things in video games. I'm sorry.
Dragon and fighting back in turn.
Woo!
Anti-air SBA sniped out of the skies here.
You jump in.
Cinematic on the gamma ray as well.
Walk it up, just a little bit out of range of the thunder, but still allowed you to make your space. Out, 6XL 6XL checks. Just out of range for Koji's, but
Touch.
catch on the other side.
They're slowing this down to a crawl right now. Neither wants to commit too heavily. Keeping it real safe and stable.
Oh, early.
So close with that 6XL, but finds another one and is able to get the first game. And Patapon 1-0 up against Kojicoco.
Go. Alright, the smirk on Kojicoco's face. Are we gonna swap up or are we committed to the Zooey? The instant rematch. We're back into it with the mirror.
He's so real. He's so real for this.
He knows what the people want
Well,
to see
it's
going into a
not
game
an
number
Arc
2
World Tour
Patapon.
qualifier. It's a
Go up against
perfect
the wall
time to
once
try
again.
things out in a tournament. And of course, Koji's still getting sets in and whatnot, but this is a way to...
And for that, he has my endless respect. Will it be enough to turn the tide here against Patapon?
Jeez, yeah,
Not
staggered
against that
lights,
delayed
Patapon.
jab. Maximize this into the Raging Strike extension.
Patapon we saw at Psy Games Cup. This was last time I saw Patapon.
But is it enough
Probably going to see Patapon at EVO Japan.
to get those 7 golden left?
Yep.
We'll see.
Maximize the
We'll
damage.
see.
See the curvature of the earth from space on high. SBA to put Patapon on set point.
Punish again coming out from Patapon, driving Kojicoco to the corner.
Okay, spinning slash to escape. Smash out on the +0.
Oh my god, I don't have a flight for CEO. I just realized. And we're almost there.
BCL plus flames off the H spinning slash. A whiff on the 2U, but a spot dodge on the H laser as well.
6XL even coming out from Kojicoco, doubling up the heavy breath. And has the spinning slash cooldown available, but the throw from Patapon going to reverse the situation.
These dust loops just get put back into the corner once again. BC out, but nothing found. Walk it out. Trying to hold onto the space with the 2M. Pokes out. Finds the counter hit. Still not going to find the kill even after the SBA, but it evens out the BP situation and then some.
Draining Koji's last BP. He's gonna have to make something special happen here if he wants to stay alive.
The safe jump. JU the bust out with the 6XL, the deep dash into the SSBA. Take those brave points right back.
That might be just what he needs. Not enough to get the KO just yet. But the JM is gonna do it. Kojicoco staying alive.
Go, be tricky, holding on to the guard button. Isn't gonna be empty low, empty throw, but JM does the job. Still set point for Patapon. Spot dodge on the L Dragon, spot dodge on the H spinning slash, but still gonna find a time to challenge.
Nice use of the last switch right there, preventing the spinning slash. Nice whip punish with the 6XL.
Corner carry with the Rekko once again, catches an attempt to jump back from Patapon.
Doubles up the spinning slash. Set up the Thunder Oki.
Much found off of it, but tries to swing with the far M only to get dash 2Ms for your troubles. Builds up 100 here for Kojicoco. It's not lethal, but should put you just barely out of throw range.
Yeah, I love the optimization of that routing right there. Use the Raging Strike
God, that's
early.
so much damage.
Really had the spinning slash on cooldown.
Yep.
And as a result, was able to route like that. Koji looking real nice in this game.
Spot dodge.
A little bit of time now. Throw is lethal,
Oh, watch that 2M.
but no throw to be seen. Just
Brave
waiting
challenge
out
from Koji.
off The plus frames tries to go for the walk back, but 2L ties it up.
1 apiece indeed. Lovely patience towards the end of rides there from Kojicoco. I mean, that's always one of the key things in those endgame situations, right? You're willing to go with the challenge, with those lights, with those quick buttons, because you know the risk associated, especially against a character like Zooey.
Yeah.
Not all that high.
Oh my god, what a pickup here off that. A max range medium?
With those quick buttons, because you know the risk associated, especially against a character like Zooey.
Yeah.
Not all that high.
Oh, that was like...
Yeah, what's the worst that happens if you get hit mid-screen? Yes, now we're in the corner, but we're still gonna bust out with the counter hit far L. Another 6XL, but no full confirm.
You're on hit, but gets the 2L on Koji's attempt to walk back. Now the safe jump.
Go in the deep dash, the JU straight into the low. Maybe looking for attack on Kojicoco's side.
Gonna go once again into the FBA. Patapon looking real comfortable.
This is pretty
right
mitigated here.
Now.
Light
Should be enough
starter,
to get the
so-
KO.
So got a decent amount of Dragon Gauge as well, so fine to just wait this out on the other side. SSBA coming out from
We take that.
Kojicoco.
Get me out of the corner.
Young man reactions right there. He had to let the people know.
Yep. Okay, BC on the plus range on that H spinning slash. for any opportunity to slowly chip away at Koji's HP. But look at the Dragon Cage, barely anything left. The L Dragon caught by the H-spinning slash.
Perfect timing on that H-spinning slash. Once again, Patapon is at set point. Kojicoco knocking on the door of elimination, but that is a good start for the young man.
Just wishing like Chips in the Night, looking for a counter hit. RH, anywhere you can find it, the 2H for a little extra Dragon Gauge.
Plus frames with the Immortal Thrust. Lovely with punish with the 60 once again.
That was a 5U. The spot dodge on the heavy breath.
I love that check with the far light right there, not allowing Patapon to get the approach, and a 6XL to prevent the escape.
Go.
Tons of damage.
Round, a couple JUs, the Ultimate Dragon. No,
What?
straight to the SBA. Take away that.
I'm insanely distracted. I'm now like so worried about having a flight for CEO. They're still pretty cheap right now.
From it.
Cheap.
Heading on for Ultimate Dragon.
What?
Both thought they would be in throw range.
Corona handshake. Lives eternal, and once again, mashing the light to prevent the comeback. Here we go.
Just another. Who wants to slip? No, one more light.
The final game, final round between these
Safe
two.
measure there.
Right, the immediate challenge on the lightning summon here from Patapon.
Trying to threaten with light again. Jeez, the leap. Are you kidding me?
Spinning slash once again to get his way in.
Now 2M for 2M. Just a little shallow when the 6XL gets caught up by the sweeping laser. And look at how much screen space we lost for it.
Getting clipped by the Thunder as well. Stuck in the corner. One solid hit for Patapon is all he needs.
Scary on that spot dodge to sweep. Might have been able to kill their L Dragon just to keep you checked down. But barely any Dragon.
I'm surprised that dash out. Like, it would punish.
On both sides.
Chooses to spend the SSBA. I like this decision from Kojicoco. That drains a chunk of the Dragon meter from the side of Patapon as well. Only one BP to Patapon's name. Suddenly, it's a lot scarier.
Wow, what a jab!
The Rekka Slam, Patapon takes it 2-1.
Crazy challenge right
wow,
there.
we
delay on the spinning slash follow-up. Had he not delayed, he would have got that frame trap and would have led to the kill. But instead, the bravery from Patapon right there.
That was huge. Oh, they got a 5-minute break? 3-minute break? No, we're zipping past this. I'm telling y'all. All right, winners finals. Usagi takes the dub.
He's a hungry man. That's a real eater on that player one side.
I'm just saying. Nobody was moving like Usagi round one. I'm sorry. Everyone's fighting for second place in this tournament. That's a shame we got spoiled round one here.
Goes flying high in the sky. Saltz with the punish. But nothing. You mass close aids with your back up against the wall, your life on the line. Usagi's like, nah, I would mash.
Kidding me? Look at this. It's a deep run up. Like, what are you trying to do?
Back up against the wall, your life on the line. Usagi's like, nah, I would mash.
I wouldn't call that a mash. That's like, I saw the run, and I'm trying to prevent the dash L, baby.
Usagi's like, nah, I would
but the most active, painful button I could.
Corner control. Solid hit from Usagi. The backdash shimmy. Has the resources to get the KO here. Gonna go for the double fireball route. And ending with the Unitoria.
Wait, she's actually just right. She's just more correct than the player 2 side.
Yep.
We see that 49 meter just barely outside of range of that SBA, so we'll use the UDP just to make sure we get that kill. JU to try and catch out something from the round start.
You know, JUs in that situation are very good at catching round start approaches, like 6XLs, for instance. Let's watch once again.
Oh, try to go for the safe jab there, but I mean, it's alt TP.
To escape, but does not swap the sides here for Saltz.
Nice whip punish on the 6XL right there. The far light. Usagi, great countering out.
That first time and no extra damage, looking for the raging strike.
Y'all ain't hitting Usagi. Usagi moving's different.
Usagi is young. She has those reactions on point, on deck. Saltz locked in the corner.
Trying to get that max range 2U, and Saltz is just not gonna move. Knows the threat. We saw round one how threatening that shimmy was.
Fighting for the screen space. space, 100 meter, even at this. In the mid screen might be next hit. Lethal.
Whiffing the LDP right there. That was what Usagi wanted, but what a whiff punish with the far light, and that's going to be the SSBA version of Eternal's Ascendancy.
Next hit.
I beg your pardon, Saltz.
Whiffing the LDP right there. That was what Usagi wanted, but what?
But that is the nerf right there too, because that was. That was the first of the far heavy swing. Yep.
Usagi wanted, but what a whiff punish with the far light, and that's going to be the SSBA version of Eternal's Ascendancy as well.
Single hit confirmed, ready for Saltz. We're talking about the young gamer reactions, ready for
excellent call out.
Gorgeous one hit confirmed right there. Shades of the base game. You would have thought that Saltz was an old vet with that kind of prowess. Nice pickup off the anti-air, using the 5 gets the extension as well. Yeah, tricky little LDP for the frame kill there. Usagi thought
same
it was
thing.
The double for L off of the counter hit, stuck in the corner. Once again, looking real nice. Djeeta's damage output not the best, but willing to RPS with the DP to get out. Yep. And scooped up, JM behind the back. Got the resources for the full basketball, yep.
Good finish here from Saltz. Very good.
Round one, game one even, going to Saltz so far. And I think, yeah, we're going to see the switch. Usagi, an absolute team of characters under her belt, locking in the Grimnir this time for game two.
Yeah, really deep character roster, but again, like we've been seeing, it's mostly the Belial and the Grimnir that we're going to be seeing. And in this first of three, we have an opportunity. Maybe we see, okay, is the Grimnir going to work out? Worst case scenario, we go back to Belial and try and look for that reverse sweep.
There's a non-zero chance as well. We may even see the Lowain from Usagi.
It's true. Got that in the back pocket just in case.
Oh, jeez. That was very interesting. Saltz did a full stop to see what Usagi was going to do.
Usagi closer to the corner.
Yeah, there's the air.
All the way to the corner, sets up the next set of seals as well.
Just reset close on there.
Oh!
Nice patience on defense once again from Saltz. Not biting on these hits from Usagi. Lovely punish with the 2M right there. Has a lot of resources. Probably going to spend the SBA. Oh, just a little bit too low.
I was wondering, that looks a little low, only because Zenith had it pretty low too, so.
Uncharacteristic drop from Usagi right there.
This is huge. What a way to take it back, Saltz right out of the corner, 50%, and immediately stripping that final brave point.
Just trying to check with the fireball, but nothing found off the tornado. Usagi with no BP to her name, despite the HP difference. It's one touch apiece.
Seals are set. Space has been created.
Look right. I don't care. I'm holding block button.
Lands its mark, but the 6XL lands it for Djeeta. Has the basketball at the ready.
Good lord.
The EXDP for the kill. Saltz not on set point just yet, but one round away from a 2-0 lead. With the far end, nothing found.
Raid right there with the fireball.
Ooh. Trying to look for the air. Saw something tricky there. Maybe to catch out a 2L, but
watch the dance.
Saltz instead meaty off of the air dash.
Nice DP right there from Saltz.
Stagger off the far L's.
Push away, push away. Oh, fireball too far.
Beautiful check with the 2L. This can be a lot of corner carry and real solid damage coming out from Usagi.
Space out maybe for a side swap, but still to bring you coast to coast. No complaints here from Usagi. The double
where are we zooming to?
On the other side with the dash 2M, but
watch out.
Back with the 6XL of his own.
6XL right there.
This is, I keep feeling like it's Wednesday.
Get Usagi down to her last BP once again.
Spend the brave enough to try and escape, but puts you at that one-touch territory, even off of a stray hit. Ooh, what a mash! The full belief, knowing that you were one combo away. The jump up, the throw bait, the air dash back down. Usagi staying alive in game 2.
Magnificent stuff from Usagi right there. So elusive, so clever and crafty in those last hit situations. The walk forward on both sides again, trading off these fireballs. Cancel into the fireball instead, just going for the stationary tornado. Set up the seals, but
Nothing too much found, just gradually trying to walk Saltz to the corner, looking for the spot dodge, but baits it out with the charge fireball instead.
The 5U bait as well. We haven't seen that all throughout this top 8 so far, and it works so well for Saltz right there.
Oh, anti-air just holding on to guard. I don't care. Left, right. Nice spot dodge, Usagi.
Usagi on that sort of thing, and this is going to be a ton of damage for her right now. All the way to the corner.
Maybe looking for the wish confirm off of a raging strike, but
wow, what an overhead.
Like you wanted the 2-8 reach.
What a close heavy right there. That is going to be so much damage as well. Oh, the reset, but it doesn't find his mark.
Straight out of the sky.
I can't believe that close heavy. That one was despicable.
Ties it up with a smile on her face.
The goddess of fortune shining down.
That was a despicable 5H. What the heck?
Even up the set.
Go. Ooh, there you go. Tried to send out a fireball of your own, but instead, no tornado to be seen. It was the Psycho Crusher, and now we're up against the wall for Usagi.
Punish, maximizing this route as well. Sets up the seals, but a good challenge again from Saltz.
Gosh, oh.
So far away from the seals you set, for an opportunity to bring it back, but the cooldown was enough off the stationary tornado. Ultimate DP to escape.
Unfortunately, Usagi not quite close enough in order to get the wall bounce.
The J2-1 for you.
What?
Air dashes herself into the corner, and Saltz again.
What?
Ready for
What?
this reactionary close.
Hold on.
Quite close enough in order to get the.
What do we hit with? Zip zoom. Close M.
Air dashes herself into the corner, and Saltz again ready for these reactionary close heavies.
Absolutely sensational stuff from Saltz right there. He's
Close
playing
heavy.
these situations so beautifully. Another close heavy, but the drop unfortunate right there.
Okay. Staying calm, the mash out with the 2M Saltz to find the kill.
That's the thought.
Saltz
Okay. Reactionary close heavies.
quite close enough in order to get the wall bounce.
Yeah, that was close M.
J2-1 for you. Air dashes herself into the corner, and Saltz again ready for these reactionary close heavies.
Absolutely sensational stuff from Saltz right there. He's playing these situations so beautifully. Another close heavy, but the drop unfortunate right there.
Okay. Staying calm, the mash out with the 2M Saltz to find the kill.
Saltz playing this with such beautiful precision right now.
There we go, the 6XL from the round start. So many times it's been backdash, walk back into the fireball, but playing a little bit more aggressive now just to keep you on your toes. The seal set for free on Usagi's
That
side.
2H might have connected there. If you waited just a bit.
Right action, some box jump to keep you on
Oh,
your
what
toes,
a 5L.
Caught out here by the punish EX Rekka.
Wow, what a match from Usagi right there, and that's going to lead once again all the way to the corner.
Up in the air dashes baits on the BC, caught on the raging strike, and close enough for the wall bounce too.
You have to set up the seals once again. Now guess for your life here, Saltz.
Nice block.
BC is blocked.
Ooh, just a little bit too late on the ultimate fireball, and
Quite
caught out with
the
Psycho
shot
Crusher.
from Usagi.
Going round for round.
At that max range, the U fireball does convert directly into the U Death Right Tempest, which even converts into the U Seals if you have the meter.
Well,
R8
5H.
just waiting for Usagi to make her landing.
Oh no,
Single
what a
seal
spot
to roll
dodge.
Build the meter for the 50s in order to get the U Death Right Tempest again. Follow up into the H, and now the H seals are set.
Alright, easy to put you back into the corner, right on top of the
2,
seals,
3.
tapped out with the 2L.
You are
From the
zooming
BC,
out
you're
so
still very
fast
much-
there,
No
Usagi.
punish to be had.
Try to go for the optimal using the
To you.
bar heavy into the H fireball, but I believe that's very spacing specific and crouching as well.
Yeah. Ooh, there we go, no escape throw. Deep dash.
5H.
Wow. Spaced out even off of the plus range so far. H finds a hit for Usagi and the bounce into the ultimate Psycho Crusher. 1 game up.
2-1. Again, both of these players are choosing really, really good moments to challenge on defense, and that has been the key factor for both of them. We'll break back on the character select screen. I definitely think that Saltz should remain on the Djeeta. We mentioned that he does have a very strong Percival,
Yes.
but don't play Percival.
Bazooka! What's up? How you doing,
Sticking on
Zeddy?
the Djeeta, but just swapping
Good
up
to
the
see you.
palette. Maybe got a couple
Hear
gray
from you
hairs,
in
all the
text
high
format.
levels. You Psycho Crushers, I understand. We swap up the skin and head into game number 4.
Swap the skin, don the fish, and get ready to rumble.
All right. I don't know.
Activating a little bit more on the round start. They've gotten, gradually more aggressive as the
It
set
always
started,
stops like right there at that second seal. This game has been worth it. Always has been.
Activating a little bit more on the.
Oh, yeah, it's always stopping right there. This is a nice little sweet spot, but you're already too close, so that leaves like for a 5-0 punish. It's free to play anyway. You pick it up for free. Or just play. And play the rotating characters. You get Gron as your number 1, and then you just play whoever rotates. See what you think. You missed out on a big sale. It was like $30 for the whole cast of season 1. Oh, push out.
Fireball, but a little bit too plus for your own good. The throw whip finds a back throw for Usagi.
Nice spot dodge on the U-Fireball.
This is the guy that was going to get you back into competing and couldn't have been more wrong. When did you play again? You played during Vanilla, didn't you? Or was it Rising that you tried? I think it was Vanilla, right?
UDP to go through the BC. Saltz with a round up.
Genius stuff from Saltz right there.
Yeah, find him at it all. You had
Rising on launch or
back up against the wall for
versus on launch?
Not the worst thing in the world.
No, it had to have been Ryazo.
Yeah,
because I don't think you were playing this during pandemic. When we last talked about it.
No pick up after the air dash though.
Oh, it was Vanilla. Oh, it's a way different game. Yeah, look at the sniper. You can't test the reactions of Saltz like that.
Such magnificent discipline from Saltz throughout this whole set. The 2-8.
Jesus.
For the double shimmy, but just gets caught with the far L on the redash. Saltz not going to let you get away with that one.
Such magnificent discipline from Saltz throughout this whole set. The 2-8. Amazing anti-hit, but unfortunate drop right there on the H Vorpal blade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, turned off by Street Fighter 5. I get that. I can't believe we still had recovery on the wake up there to get the dash out and not work out.
Yeah.
That's 5-0.
Still another challenge off of the far
Oh, it's because that spot dodge.
But still finds a counter hit afterwards. We got SBA on the board with the raging strike. Saltz finds the kill to tie up the set 2-2.
I have been endlessly impressed with how Saltz has been playing.
You're in Oklahoma? Holy smokes, dude. Yeah, I'm in Lansing now. I didn't know you went all the way to Oklahoma. My goodness.
The Grimnir has done so much for her so far.
Yeah.
Still working the video game?
The Grimnir's been working out. We have the Lowain
Tulsa. Okay.
Like said. We're just taking a deep breath. Going into this final game, we are back on the Grimnir.
Okay, last time we talked, it was the old French Laundry there.
Crowd waiting with bated breath. SoCal's
Not
young
bad.
hero, Spain's hero as well on player one side. Fighting out.
Still Grimnir. Okay.
Side.
Bittersweet. Yeah, we didn't do French Laundry.
Round start with the Death Ray Tempest this time. Saltz answering back.
Caught out with the wake up close L. Thought we'd go for the deep dash to catch on a fuzzy throw.
It's such a threat. Yeah, of course. Saltz wants to get the BC, but it ain't gonna happen. You got the float from Usagi. Not gonna get super. See, that's the problem. You didn't have bombs set up there. That would have been ideal because you have 100 meter. That would have been the opportunity for Usagi. Alt reset like right there. I'm pretty sure. Oh, had it. And you spent it all. That's why. Yeah. Okay.
Way back down. Didn't want to have to hold high or low. But no conversion afterwards. Gonna get the pickup from the 2M, however, and that is gonna be set point for Usagi.
I'm telling you, Usagi takes it.
Drop once, but no more in the
no way she doesn't.
Point for Usagi.
Laundry is for phonies.
Tie it back up once more.
So true. Why does every state have a French Laundry? You know, it's like the place. Like you see the movies sometimes, like, oh, we had a fine brunch at the French Laundry. Like it's a swanky place to go.
Put you in the corner, and the 2H reaching so high into the sky. The horizontal range a little bit wanting, but definitely a vertical.
Bubs and Ladiva. Oh, that overhead from Usagi. Are you kidding me?
From Usagi, gonna build a ton of meter here. Gonna convert all the way into SBA as well. And that might be enough to get the KO.
Oh, that's enough. Oh my god.
That is it. That is
Usagi in grand finals. I told y'all, everyone's fighting for second place in the bracket.
That up after such
Make a living on Swank in the French launching, indeed. You put French in it, it's got to be swanky. In the States, by the way. I want to be very clear.
Like every single one of those games, 1 through 4, seems so back and forth, going down to the wire. Only
play Beelzebub Ladiva. Ladiva is insane now. She can combo into her command grabs. Like one command grab into another command grab now.
And we didn't even leave the ground up until like 15 hits in. I was like,
Beelzebub definitely got a lot better in no, you need to see it. You need to see it. You don't know what it's like. It's not like triple attack into SPD. It is like you do her SPD, and then because of the bounce that you get off of it, you can go into her air as like command grab. Right, yeah, kind of like chain throw style. No, but you play King. What do you mean?
How is he gonna survive in this meta? And then
oh man, Beelzebub's way different than what he was in Vanilla. I thought you did. You just play King to troll, huh? That's what you did.
Especially the safety of
no, because you're Dragunov, aren't you?
Next, loser semis between Ryazo.
Dude, I'm way off. I'm just making stuff up now.
Empty hand, like round start edition. It's having to ultimate record just prior if here the Patapon.
I thought you picked top tier. My bad. All right, let's see if Ryazo stops Patapon.
I often tend to forget how much good music has been added to the game over time. Yeah, because the battle passes.
Beelzebub's so different now because of alt skills. Alt Karma's an absolute terror. Those wild setups. I gotta play Ladiva again. No, I wasn't good at that. I thought we played like Tekken 7 and you'll cook to me with like a Dragunov. No, you probably could be like at the cast there. Yeah.
Spinning slash catch that.
Wait, the UDP behind the back. Yeah, tries to go for the close H.
That was sick. That was sick. I got very scared right there. I thought Patapon was gonna get duffed.
Ended up being safer on block as a result. Nice delay mash coming out from Ryazo. The challenge right there. That's gonna be a lot of damage.
A week away from Evo Japan. Oh man. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Oh, tried to go for the shimmy, but the challenge from Patapon straight into the SBA. It's a clean kill with a super for round number 1.
If there's anything Ryazo learned from the set against Zenith, is that you run that shit down. Like, you just rush it down. Little iffy with Zooey, though. Nice dash L.
6XL for the corner, run it down.
Oh, meaty raging strike set up, and he doesn't actually
spin back.
He's gonna take a ton of damage here as a result.
Ryazo should have spent back to get out of there.
Surely you think I'm gonna BC here, but eating so much damage for it now, just barely out of throw.
Yeah, try the free version. You have nothing to lose. Just download it. Play. Who's free this week?
Actually, dragon pressure is mounting. Attack low.
Okay, just a little bit far out from the BC because of the 5U pushback. Now we find the Eureka to push you into the corner.
That's a huge 2M for Ryazo right there. This is going to lead into a ton of damage. Goes for his own.
Challenge back. Oh, you're dead. You're dead. Dead. SSBA.
An eye for an eye. And a tooth for a claw. Ryazo evening up the rounds.
This week you get.
Yeah, I have the meaty raging strike too. He's like, okay.
Oh, it's gonna change in like a couple days, but right now you can play Gron, who's always free. Lowain, Anila, and Belial. Belial's not good though, but fans love her, and she's here, and she's a very fun character. She's better now. And she can really steamroll people. She just takes some work to get to that point.
Trying to find an escape with a 6XL, but H-spinning slash does the job.
That is going to be death. Absolutely more than enough damage here. Ending with the Gamma Ray.
You can play John Graham Blue all the time.
It's not going to be a clean sweep for Ryazo just yet. And again, it's our final first of 2, so Patapon only needs one more game to find this run back and send Ryazo home at
Yep,
4.
Gran.
I was enjoying.
Yeah, Gran is a guy. John Graham Blue.
Yeah, when he's playing the game. Various degrees of locked in, but there's usually some kind of smile.
Okay, well then play the other version, Djeeta. Not in the free version right now.
Situation off the bounce of the gate, but nothing found off the empty hand just yet.
It'll change on
Nice bait out
on the first.
Right there. Gonna lead to a full corner combo.
Dust loop. Go.
Refresh off the dragon.
Already 50%. Patapon's in control right now. If you keep Ryazo right here, because good luck trying to parry Dash L, shut down the 6 claws. Oh man, Under Night's a ton of fun. As fundamentally sound as you are, I think you're gonna be just fine in Under Night. Like, oh, back into. Okay.
Make it 3 with the EX. Now it's BC
Heavy.
for Patapon, but still the wake up mash from Ryazo.
Ryazo could make this actually. How? Look, I blinked and I missed it. Hold on, I need to go back and see where it all fell apart after the SBA. Aurier?
I think we're gonna see a safe jump into an H aerial spinning.
I feel like I'm so far removed from Uni. To you. Look at the demons. See, look how overwhelming you become. Yeah, I just don't think Japan is ready for that stuff. Yeah, I think Aurier. I haven't followed in a while, but I think she got worse. I think I could be way off. I played like the first month of Uni 2, and I just could not keep up. Such an adorable face. Like the face is angry now that it's shattered. I can't believe we cleaned it up with a 2U.
A little bit slower on Ryazo's side here.
Nope. Stopped early.
In order to beat out that empty hand, that is an option that Zooey has available.
Yeah, respect the thunder. Dash L, are you kidding me? Teleport, we're still ready with the medium.
Still challenges with the Rekka.
Oh, no punishment there, but gets the raging strike right there.
Well, that's big.
A bit of an awkward
Big.
situation, but Patapon capitalizing.
A little bit late on the reaction to the scramble. Ryazo getting counter hit off of the raging strike, 100 meter.
Yeah, see, every time we can go for dash H, but Ryazo's baiting it out with gated demon every time. Like delay empty hand, gated demon. Does have SSBA, you may as well spend it. Strip that final break point. There's no BC chance coming from Patapon. Wait a minute. It's throwaway.
Yeah. Be enough. No, it's a sliver. Chip damage about to be a factor as well, so we look for the empty hand. Don't go on the HP. Any block is lethal.
Yeah, and there it is. The execution to catch the dash back. One apiece now between these two.
Here we go. The stress and the whimsy, just a roller coaster of emotions on both of these sides. Taking a second before that rematch, Ryazo laughing to the crowd and saying,
Ryazo's the one who won. That's crazy. He won. He's just like, I can't believe I did it. With no health.
Right. Back on into the action. Final game.
Gate. Nice 5U.
Just a little bit too slow right there.
Why didn't you finish? You could have got wall bounce off of that.
On the jump in, but still.
Or no, at least end it. There we go.
Again, that U execution just not allowing Patapon to really do anything at that space.
You 2+.
Early on that.
2+ for your own good off of the EX.
Oh yeah, they're kid.
Finds the counter hit. Maybe the Patapon would go for an empty throw to bait out the parry. Such a good starter into the SBA here.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, and it's first to 2 because it's loser 7. So
manage the BP economy a little bit more in your own favor.
Dash H.
But the thunder actually messing up the combo.
Yeah,
dang it, that would have been a sick combo from Patapon.
And no kill to be seen. All the diamonds down. Ryazo.
Nice.
Sending it on the axe kick.
One chip point. One SSBA.
He did whiff throw. SSBA, his footsies are nice, but it still didn't kill. No diamonds here for Patapon.
On the PS4 version, on PS5.
Just barely away from the UDP. You see the 4 the meter. No opportunity to challenge.
Absolutely insane scramble right there at the end. Ryazo once again at set
Yeah,
point.
there's a latency thing when you go into PS5 version. Like the PS5 version is like worse than the PS4 version. It's with like
very, very nice.
all of the games, I think, except for I think except for Street Fighter
Same for Patapon. Such a big health lead, but the back
and Mortal Kombat.
barely not caught by that ultimate Rekka.
Oh, that's really unfortunate for Patapon.
That should have been a free anti-air right there.
But it didn't actually convert into the heavy breath right there.
BC out, one diamond apiece. Ryazo
You don't care for Street Fighter 6? Oh, that's a bummer. I love that game. That game makes the most sense to me right now. Like of all the fighting games I play, like Street Fighter 6 makes so much sense to me. Ooh. Yeah, but don't BC. That's it. That's it. Ryazo.
And that is enough. Ryazo is gonna take it 2-1.
Not all for everybody. Are you checking out City of the Wolves?
He will be bowing out and returning back to Japan with a very respectable 4th place. Double eliminated by Ryazo.
And absolutely stacked back. He taps him on the shoulder. He's like, all right, a selfie for the one time.
We gotta get the photo.
Probably typing something into Google Translate to communicate a message.
You think it's way more interesting than Street Fighter 6? For sure, for sure.
A smile from Ryazo. He's like, yeah, much appreciated. GG's on both sides.
Yeah, I'm sure the two have nice words to
You mostly play Third Strike and ST.
Exactly.
Oh, getting back to the old man era. Playing that fight, Cade.
For making sure that we can communicate what we need to.
I am working on my Japanese. I'm gonna get there.
Ryazo versus Saltz coming up next.
I'm hitting pretty close to a year of study on Duolingo.
This has been a very, very good tournament for Saltz.
I actually,
Incredibly well.
fun
Every
story.
set that I've seen him, I've been
I asked for
I feel like this upcoming set is going to be no exception.
where the sandwich and water was.
Territory once again as well. Thank you guys for coming through so far. Of course, this has been Slashback
Oh, no.
2025. Grand Blue Fancy versus Rising. Second last game of the weekend. We're going to be closing the night with Underneath.
Misato sandwichi,
Hopefully you guys are excited. We had such amazing action throughout the weekend, so you guys can check those VODs as well. If you happen to miss Exert, if you happen to miss Strive, no VODs of Gundam, but trust me, it was an absolute barn burner of a top 4. So if you guys haven't been here at Slashback
Misato
2025, hopefully we get to see you
sandwichi
next year in beautiful San Jose,
was
California.
where is
Indeed, indeed. We're gonna be
the
doing
sandwich and water? Where is it?
quick little ad read before we move on to
Just go in and talk to.
once again the Slashback official merch 15% off until the 18th of April. Make sure to check
Oh,
out
VR chat? I just got
Slashback
a Oculus actually. Not just got it, but I got it like for Christmas.
Happening, well, it's
on the
so Washington. Welcome to the app, or head over to the
I get so nervous. So I was doing a lot of that for Arc World Tour, where it sounds great. Like that seems like such a. That's the one thing I'm missing is the conversational aspect. So I was hanging out with this guy right here actually. This guy. And a Japanese player for their birthday. They were speaking in Japanese, and it was like
thinking about the OST. All right, what are we trying to rock for game number 1?
like the Alphabet Dictionary. I always compare it to this. The Alphabet Dictionary in Final Fantasy X, where I'll hear certain words, but I know what that means, and then it goes back to Alphabet. Like that's how it is for me in Japanese now. We're like, oh yeah, I see what you say. Like anime, I've gotten to a point where I can piece together what is being said for the most part because they speak pretty.
I can't say that I have one I particularly dislike.
Not I don't want to say simply, but like a lot of the phrases I can understand depending upon the anime that I'm watching.
Dragon once again. Very good track.
But it's not natural conversation in anime, right? So they do a lot of basic phrases. It feels like to me. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it, but yeah. I'm working on where am I at right now? I'm working on where I'm from. I don't quite remember it.
You just hear the sound, and there's no glow.
Because I'd have to use
I'm not gonna lie to you, just
Katakana from Michigan.
What's going on behind those eyes, man?
So Michigan would probably
Big Rosetta bug eye.
What would Michigan be? Hold on. Let me think about it here. Misugan? That's how I would do it. I think. I don't know. No, I wouldn't do Misu. No, I would do Michi. Michigan. Yeah, Michigan is probably what it would be. That makes sense. Reading children's books is a great way to do it too. I should do that.
Right into the corner, gets the close light frame trap, doesn't have the Vorpal Blade available.
A regular Yasuke.
Already goes for the empty jump. Another throw.
Reading. Hello?
The Vorpal Blade available, but Saltz off to the races already. Goes for the empty jump. Another throw.
I hate that. I hate that so much. That is malarkey. I don't care about your BC. I'm gonna DP right through it. Nah, that needs to. No, it wasn't necessarily day one, because before that fireball used to guard crush. So we got the throw loop sequence here. After this sequence, we got the DP. Throw. Tried to parry because we thought it was going to be button, but empty jump throw, so that's a solid call out. The sound cue works for Saltz there. Saltz goes for another. Oh my god, actually, that was a press right there, which throws 4 frames, so it's going to be faster than the jab.
Another throw.
And then this used to guard crush. And now it just does it. It does the guard. And yeah, you tried to BC, but it's a huge gamble to go for the DP. Actually, I would love to double check. I think you're still okay. No, because it followed up the second hit. So like you block it out. If you block the fireball, yeah. If you would have blocked the fireball, you would have blocked the DP, but you felt like you were going to BC there. You didn't have to. Because even if you look at his health, already goes for the empty jump. Another throw. So here's the problem. I think we were just on the cusp of going into chip situation. So DPing here was a fine call from Saltz. And then the second follow-up, Ryazo would have had to spot dodge. So the timing might have been weird depending upon the block stun that you're left in. I think you're able to spot dodge the second wave. By that point, you should be able to. You should be out of block stun, so you should be able to spot dodge the second wave. And then it would have been a full punish. But that would have been a tall order. Like, Ryazo would have had to play perfect.
He immediately after the U fireball to beat out the BC. Excellent stuff from Saltz.
Yeah, perfect to start things off. The side-eye from Ryazo said, all right, you got me, you got me.
Right?
Still that first 3, you have so many opportunities to try and bust out, but again, off to a great start for Saltz.
But yeah, at Arc World Tour, I was trying. I felt weird. So there was one spot where I'm talking to oh god, that kills. I was talking to Gamera on stage, and Gamera wanted to do 12, and I didn't hear him quite correctly. So I wanted to say Zenith, but I didn't feel comfortable and confident enough that I could do that. It's one of those things of just like, I don't want to just speak it because I feel like that's not appropriate, but also it is appropriate. Like, I'm not doing to make fun of it. I'm trying to be to understand better. So I did find out after I asked for the miso and sandwich, or miso and sandwich. The guy that spoke back to me in Japanese was the translator for our system works, or one of them, and I was like, oh, I could have just spoke English to you. But I heard him speaking Japanese, so I was like, oh, then that is big.
With the Vorpal Blade, more than enough damage at 1 BP to get the KO.
Sees the ultimate parry. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky. You're too early for the punish and still get caught out by it, so ultimate going to slow things down on Saltz's side.
Oh yeah, for sure. I did my entire CEO Taku intro in Japanese. The top 8 for Grand Blue. It was, there was one part where I messed up because I wasn't quite sure on the translation. It wasn't wrong, but it also was not the right way to say it. We got the seal of approval from Daruino on it. It's like, oh yeah, I know what he said. It's like, great. But even I know, it's like, I know it's off. Like, there is a part of it that was off.
Whiffing the JM in the air right there to kind of throw off the defensive timing from Saltz. Ryazo undeterred from that double perfect.
Wow, caught the backdash with 2L.
There we go. Beautiful confirm off the
1, 2, 3.
Airborne hit the RS to keep it going, but that's a little bit on the table there. Ryazo still has you up against the corner. 100-meter available for an SPA confirmed. Big far line coming out from.
I don't think this resets, so I'll probably play a little bit of Ramble after the bracket's done.
The check with the double far L's.
Push away. Crash.
Commit the H multiple blade beating out the execution right there. Saltz, I believe, going to build the meter to the SBA.
Really did it.
Does so. This should be enough to get the KO versus Seox. Again, that 14k health really coming to bite him. And the Rekka for Rekka so close off of the
That was
class,
clean.
but
That was
it
very
ended up
clean.
being the determining factor. Now Saltz health
Back with the double far L's.
The H multiple blade beating out the execution right there.
Yeah, I had to launch with the Raging Strike. DP can extend 1-2 because we're not at combo limit. And we send the finish. Okay.
And that 14k help 2-0 back to the U execution, and it's just.
I guess he's saving the whimsy for his personality as a player. He said, "No, my character can't outdo me." Now we got Emo 6 here in game number 3, trying to stay alive.
Yeah, why does he not finish it? That's the second or third time Ryazo's done that. You should finish the Rekka. You're getting punished for it every time. And Saltz is a player that you don't want to give a chance to react to something like that. Nice pickup. Good God, Saltz.
Finds the SBA.
Magnificent extension with the 668 shot.
Bro, what is combo limit?
Right there, and
That was insane.
Safe jump.
Ready to make the most out of all of these strays. Still the matchup for Ryazo. You got a lot of HP to work through on Saltz, but he's still gonna find the challenge. Not enough meter for a Raging Strike, but caught by the meaty.
Yeah, I think Ryazo's slipping in this round.
Trying to get away, trying to jump away, but unfortunately the fireball in his face is gonna lead him down the barrel of a set point.
Too early.
Another extension with the 66H.
Yeah, just a little bit too early on dodging that slow fireball. And now
both characters are pretty
with
straightforward.
The LDB, the 5U for the combo.
Whoa!
No BC to save you.
That'll do. Saltz with a 3-0.
Perfect for a 3-0 Saltz. Moving on to grand finals.
Because so Djeeta is like your
perfect against third.
I got on the first alpha. I didn't get it on the second. I'm not gonna be playing on 2x scale. It's not for me.
With the Djeeta. Really
but yeah, Djeeta is like
the grand finals, I'm
your
sure.
I mean, for lack of a better comparison, like the Ken to your Ryu.
The fight is
So.
way for number 1. Has to reset the bracket.
Oh, I don't. Yeah, like I think it's just another way for League players to play. So I think that's gonna be fine for them. I've been hearing a lot of folks really like it. So, except for this edition, I think they got upset with the amount of defense options that are in the game right now. Like, made some extended sets from what I hear. Yeah, I thought that was weird that there was no snapback. I thought that was very weird. Because I got into situations like, I am destroying your buddy over there, and I want to pull them back. Because I don't want to let you have a battery character in the background. Who knows? We'll see what happens. You know, hopefully people like it.
First item we pulse, that's 30 meter up ahead, 50 meter already available. Gotta be careful of the U wheel. So ready for the spot dodge, still finds the punish, able to find that 6XL.
Wait, yeah, oh my god. Usagi on Lowain? Wait a minute. Vero called it a little bit earlier that Usagi, she might pull out Lowain. I'm surprised she did.
You can't spot dodge that, otherwise it leads to all of this.
Again, it's a
Lowain seems like your kind of character.
No Saltz for Usagi, just ready to be at that perfect spacing to catch you out. Almost a perfect to start off round 1.
Perfect management of the damage as well. Perfect management of the resources. Just enough to eke out the KO.
Yep.
Brother can cook a whole meter and health in the background by zoning out people. It's crazy. This character's running rampant in the EU.
Which is thanks to the bros. Willing to go for the reset and gets the hit with the awesome sauce.
No back.
Oh, a little bit of salad from meter charge. Parry.
Yep, parry.
Oh,
Nice pick up. That's insane. I'm telling you, it's Usagi's bracket. It's over. Yeah, the boys come through. It's the ult version, so that's not going to disappear. Ground bounce, launch it. It's done.
Keeping us on our toes with the Lowain pick and taking game 1.
Yeah, the trade combo right there. That's what's so strong about that bro wheel. It's such a great defensive.
That bro wheel
as well as an offensive one. You spot dodge it,
is something else. Yeah, can't believe it doesn't disappear on hit. It just keeps coming.
It's so good in the corners, right? You know, in mid-screen, maybe you can spot dodge.
Yeah, so Raging Strike adds that launch, but Usagi got that bounce off of the ult. Awesome sauce there.
20 seconds into the match, we almost have 100.
Should be the back special.
The bone wheel, and again, the 6XL catching out.
From Lowain.
50 meters to go for you. Awesome sauce right there.
That's fine though.
2L5L now Saltz the Raging Strike once again. This H5
Ooh.
no one said the Eureka to bring us back up against the wall.
Yeah, Frank kill, light DP. Misses away. Body splash off the dash H, and that's the guard button check. Close heavy.
The HPA as a result.
Not enough to kill, but we stripped that brave point. That's all that matters. See, this is why I hold block button, buddy. Like, you ain't gonna help me with the left right like that. You're off on Viking Adventures? Yeah, I've just been rewatching the bracket from a couple weeks ago. Open me up better. I don't know.
Try to bait out the parry right there.
Nice 5L.
Nice far light to stop the 6XH.
Ooh, oh, nice. Still got through the homies.
I thought that it was gonna trade at least, but
rack up. Oh, still followed through all the way. What's crazy there is that normally we stop a little bit earlier, but Saltz committed. Pair. Oh, the spot. That's what you're doing again. You're insane.
We double down with the ultimate parry. A DP instead.
Yep. See? Good block.
Out looking for chip damage territory. It's a terrifying situation.
Yeah, that's risky business trying to spot dodge right there.
Real nice composure once again from Saltz right there. Keeping it close, keeping it competitive.
Run back, still caught up with a
nice dash M.
Nice 6XL, not allowing the catbot to get anything going.
Don't let it get away for free.
Oh, yeah. Go cross-eye for that one there. But good blocks, though, from Saltz. I think we wanted 2L right there. Saltz is faster with their own 5L. Woo, the spot dodge.
Right there, and it's going to pay dearly for it. Beautiful spot dodge from Saltz, and that is going to even up the set 1-1.
Yep. Getting at the Brave Cats, getting as much damage as we can off of the spot dodge. Tie up the set. Still, it's a long road ahead for Saltz.
Usagi all the way from Spain, coming out to California.
Once again.
With the 2U, looking for a parry behind the cap up, but nothing to be found. No DP out from Saltz.
Yeah, I think that parry was in anticipation, maybe for a BC.
Dip finish for damage anyway. Awesome sauce. Or no, sorry, the parry, just the parry. I'm making up words at this point.
No DP found though, but still scooped up in the corner.
Ooh, a little bit too far for the RS right there.
Yeah, easy spot dodge.
The parry.
Ooh, bro will knock me out in time, and that's going to be a lot of damage on the side of Usagi as a result. Nice confirming the SBA.
The divine weapons pulling up. Now Saltz has you in throw range. Just barely out of chip as well. The cooldowns are back up. The 6.
And gives them more about sword buttons and neutral.
So much work for Saltz right now. Just really the crux that's allowed him to establish his offense a lot of the time.
It's different.
Confirm off the airborne hit, but again, the clean pickup off that 2H5U. We're up against the wall. So much damage taken.
Because a lot of that's still there.
just missing the counter hit link right there.
but it is also now built as a different game almost. Which is why I kind of like Rising was its own standalone release.
Usagi right now.
Kill into the throw.
Guys threaten the high, but BC, nothing found from Saltz. Still the sweep out.
Crucial to you right there, but here's the HPA.
Ready for the reaction check. The Mario Party minigame still stays alive.
Ooh.
Oh, the RS right there. Gonna confirm once again into the
I mean, it's just not for you, that's all. That's okay.
Do a ton of damage, drain those BP as well. Usagi in a bad spot.
Go with the run up, check on the 2 Ls. Ooh, go straight to the bros, but it's still not enough.
Oh, nice.
Last hit of
Yeah.
the fireball, but the far L, the stanky leg. It's 2-1.
That's pretty good
for
call
Saltz.
out on the BC.
One game away from the
-2.
Yeah, after such a strong
That
start
change
in
is pretty
first game,
significant.
Lowain feels like it's losing a little bit of that steam. It feels like
It's not your style. I get it. Like, that's why I like Street Fighter so much. It's just, like, the way the combo system works in Street Fighter, I like in its own way.
Grimnir worked out so well in the winners finals.
The Grand Blue combo system I like for different reasons.
Time running through losers to try and develop a game.
Oh, going Grimnir. Guilty Gear is interesting too, because it is that style, right? Of just like you have to follow the Gatling, but it's changed so much for Strive. Whereas I like the Xer Gatlings over Strive Gatlings, but it's different.
Tricky side swap, but ends up putting your back against the corner. Saltz ready for the cross up.
Lovely farm medium right there. To get the steel dash as well. Set up a new set.
Ooh, that was an interesting light just to go for the reset there. Couple dash cancels on top.
Light on these throw baits.
What a spot dodge.
Walk it out. Little standstill action. Caught up on the 6XL with the 2M. Usagi stands her ground.
Yeah, that 2M, it is one of the few 6-frame 2Ms in the game. It's faster but stubbier than normal. Great as a little counter right there.
It changes so much though, because like it's just a different system, right? Like Xer, you got Boy being caught in the corner, and some characters could not get out, so like that sucked. So you have Strive, which is just a little bit different. Keeps that neutral interaction going, like so it doesn't feel like all is lost when you get caught. Like, yeah, you still lost, and your opponent still gets a positive bonus for it, right? But it gives the opponent another chance to reset. It kind of just feels good.
Saltz tries to take his third back.
I can understand not liking it. Yeah. Oh yeah, they're definitely not the same yet. I don't think anyone really should think of it that way.
Yeah, just a little bit off.
We had 50 for the ultimate Psycho Crusher. Might have been enough, but Saltz fighting back still needs 2 more good hits to even up this round.
Do we got this here?
Throw is one. Oh, but the wake up DP from Usagi, evening up the set.
I haven't seen Leffen in a bit. Leffen was just at was at Marco Tour.
Reset point and tournament point as well.
I can't wait, hold on. Leffen was there. That's right. Oh my god. No, Leffen did not make it because of visa issues. That's right. Leffen was supposed to be there. Did not make it because of visa issues. Hold on.
Right.
That sucks.
Once again, a lot of patience coming out from Saltz. Dash back, dash forward, but sends it with the EX Rekka.
Oh, choosing not to punish right there.
Yeah.
Could have punished with a far heavy 6XL stackers from Saltz though.
Pick up the EXDP.
Charge, stagger.
Charge on the 5U. Careful of the throw base. Be careful of the mash out from Usagi as well. It's up the ante here, but no punish on the way down with that 2-on-4 just grazing on through.
Big JM gonna catch Saltz unawares. Ooh. Ooh, the throw to bail out the BC.
I gotta disagree actually. It is Guilty Gear. It's just a different version of Guilty Gear. Like how Street Fighter 4 is Street Fighter, but it's not Street Fighter 5.
How do you respond? Sends it with the UDP, but instead the raging strike.
And Leffen got way too much crap leading up to that victory, honestly.
Tournament point.
Like, well-deserved win. Like, he busted his ass for that one.
Do you have one more set in you? Do you have another round?
Fighting against, like, people trying to tell him he's always going to be a Smash player. Like, this kid's, like, a fighting game player. He's good.
This is all Usagi so far. Oh, no confirm.
Winning it out, playing at this far
Yeah,
H
you got the
range.
stagger. Stay at far H and set up tornado.
Finally seeing his way out is Saltz.
Is it not?
Nice escape with the super jump cross up. Ooh, yeah, tricky. Didn't want to
Yeah, the
full commit to
the
end.
trigger
Caught out
system.
by the 214 still finds a far L to put you back into the corner.
Oh, and the close medium stagger as well.
All right, I
Be a lot
guess
of damage for Saltz. Get
it's
that
just
BT back as well.
two different versions of games.
Another
Like
BT
Exodus
situation,
Drive
still
is
100
definitely
meter
like
available for an SSPA. It's not lethal. Even
it's certainly not going to be like
Saltz
apples to
has a
apples, but
reversal,
like
so a little bit of room to work
it
with here.
changes how the game plays entirely. Like yeah, you still have your 6-button fighter.
Usagi brings out some
The Street Fighter is like
insane things in
one of the few that
situations
still
like
do it.
these. If anyone can make
I
this
can't
come back
believe
in
it.
this round, it is
Yo,
absolutely
it would be Usagi if you take this. That's it. No.
Straight CSPA didn't have reasons to commit any further and didn't actually go to SSPA there.
Yeah, all the cooldowns down. Now it's throw range for both sides.
Oh, that's
Just
right, we
trying
didn't have anything
stall
else.
guys to look for a throw bait, the throw tech.
And the overhead is gonna do it. The 6-6M from across the screen. Usagi is your Slashback 2025.
What a
champion.
W here from Usagi. I called it round one. Usagi was going to take that mess. Of course, of course.
Spain.
Of course, of course.
Every obstacle
She
in
could.
her
Nobody was moving. Literally, game one, nobody was moving like Usagi. Like, for the first round of top 8. It's just, she's unstoppable at that point. And she was playing Belial for that one. Didn't play Belial for the rest of the